Hey, everybody. This is Crystal O'Connor from Bullet Talk Radio, and I am recording today from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. And I am in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania for the Great American Outdoor Show. It is 15 days of celebrating everything outdoors, from fishing and boating to hunting to the shooting sports, and it's a whole lot of awesome. It's thousands of people going through the show every single day for 15 days, like-minded people, down to earth, awesome people. And today is only day 2. The show opened yesterday, and I am having a fantastic time. If you are in the area or otherwise able to get down here because it's great. It's great. So yesterday I took some time just kind of learning the lay of the land, finding my way around the Harrisburg Farm Show complex and figuring out where everything was and some of the things that I definitely wanted to hit versus what might look interesting if I start getting a little downtime, and checking out what seminars are coming up so I know which ones of those I want to hit. I mean, I've been planning for a couple of weeks now, but now that I'm here, I'm kind of every day just evaluating what I'm doing, what's going to happen. And so that's what I spent yesterday doing. And you might have seen I posted a blog post up on bullettalkradio.com where I provide a couple of the pictures that were taken. There are some really nice pictures that came out, and I haven't even really edited them yet, actually. I just threw them up there. And same on social, Facebook, Google Plus. I posted the pictures from yesterday, that's Saturday. And yeah, so it was good. It was good, but I couldn't really record anything because usually by the end of these conferences, you're walking away without a voice. You probably have strep or at least a cold. It never fails. Everybody who goes to any kind of conference, I don't care what topic it's in, you walk away without a voice and probably with some sort of infection somewhere in your body. I walked in with one. I have had this confounded cold since Tuesday, and as of yesterday, I had no voice whatsoever. And when I left the show, went straight to the local Rite Aid, and I went back to the pharmacist, and I'm like, I'm on Mucinex D, I'm on Mucinex DM, I'm on Advil, I have no voice, I have interviews scheduled first thing tomorrow morning, and I don't know what to do. And she hooked me up. And you can hear that I have a voice. I don't sound my normal, but at least I can talk. I mean, it wasn't even like gruffy. No. Like, there was nothing. It was like squeaks coming out. Like, yeah, not cool. Today, not a problem. And thank goodness, because I kicked off the day. The doors opened at 10 o'clock, 9:30 a.m. I was in the press office, and I got to speak with a Mr. Lars Daleside. He is, associated with the NRA. He works for the NRA, and I had scheduled this interview in advance, and we sat down and we talked a little bit about some of the programs happening with NRA Women. Now, NRA Women is a fantastic program that brings on competitive shooters, brings on women just out there in America who have gotten into shooting, or who have opened businesses with their families or on their own related to shooting. It also brings together specialized training classes for women. There's also the NRA Women Refuse to be a Victim program. Now, Bullet Talk Radio signed up to be a partner with NRA Women some time ago, and you can see that on the website, bullettalkradio.com. And so I do tend to, pick out some of the videos and some of their tweets and some of their documentation and so forth and reshare that, repurpose that for you folks. But this was a chance to sit down with the NRA and really actually get from the horse's mouth what NRA Women is all about. And you know what? Lars was just such a wonderful guest. I was a little nervous. I've done interviews, but never in person at a conference like that, to be completely honest. And he was super cool, super relaxed. And after that, I'm going to play the audio from my interview with the Eddie Eagle group. Now, I'm going to stick with the NRA today. I have so much audio to share with you already, and I'm here through Thursday. Folks, it's Sunday. I've got appointments lined up tomorrow. I have appointments on Tuesday. I'm got stuff coming up on Wednesday, and the NRA banquet is on Thursday. So there's going to be stuff streaming out all week. As I mentioned before, this is not going to be a typical one episode a week. I'm going to be pumping stuff out for you throughout the entire week. So do subscribe if you don't already. iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, YouTube. But I'm going to start with Lars from the NRA. Then we're going to move to the Eddie Eagle program. Now, if you're not familiar with the Eddie Eagle program, especially if you are a parent or an educator or are ever around children, you need to be aware of Eddie Eagle. Eddie Eagle is a fantastic program. I discovered today that I say awesome and fantastic a lot, by the way. Anyway, it is a fantastic program. Apparently, it's been around for 25 years. I didn't know it had been around that long. I knew it had been around for a while, but I didn't know it had been around that long. So phenomenal. And it's geared at children, and it teaches children to what to do when they see a gun, and that's stop, don't touch, go find an adult, that whole process. And they have DVDs, and they've got write-ups, and they've got pamphlets, and they've got coloring books that the kids can color in. They deal with educators, they work with schools, they work with law enforcement, they work with parents. It is a fantastic outreach program geared towards keeping children safe and educating the public on how best to keep children safe with regards to firearms. Firearms are tools, they are important tools, and they can be really fun. But there is a projectile that moves really fast and goes boom, that comes out the other end of the barrel. So we have to be responsible in how we handle those firearms. And until those children are capable of learning the rules and being responsible with them, they shouldn't have carte blanche access to guns. So how do you teach those young ones, the really young ones, what to do when they come across a gun? That's Eddie Eagle. So I'm going to play that for you. And then my new friend Lars actually recommended that I speak with a young lady named Samantha. Now, Samantha is just a few years younger than me. She is a really sweet, sweet girl. She works for the NRA. Apparently, this is kind of a bit of a family business. I believe she said her mother and I want to say she said it was her brother also works for the NRA. She's working on her associate's degree. She does have a child, and she also does competitive shooting. And she really just was such a sweet girl and very articulate. So I do hope to continue that relationship with her, and so we can chat more. Lady shooters. It's awesome stuff. So I'm gonna play that for you. So those are the three. And that's what we are going to do for tonight's episode. And again, stay tuned as the week goes on. There's going to be more audio clips coming out, more pictures coming out, more blog posts coming out. Definitely subscribe. If you're not following on social, follow on social, like and share, all that jazz, and enjoy. This is Crystal O'Connor with Bullet Talk Radio, and I'm here at the Great American Outdoor Show with the Outdoor Channel and the NRA, and I'm speaking with Lars Daleside, who is the Media and Communications Manager with the NRA. How are you today?
I'm doing great, thanks.
Awesome. So I wanted to talk a little bit today about the NRA Women chapter of the NRA and some of the outreach, the wonderful outreach that they've been doing. Can we maybe start a little bit with some of the firearm instruction classes that have been going on through the NRA Women?
Right. We have seen throughout the years that women usually learn easier. We won't say better, but easier when taught by other women. For one thing, there's less intimidation by way of that stereotypical range guy who's up there and like, come here, honey, let me show you how. Yeah, that's definitely not what we want. So for the first-time shooters especially, they enjoy being taught by women because they don't feel that same level of pressure. With that, we have a women's pistol instructor initiative that we've been pushing for a few years now. We'll go around the country and we'll recruit women to come in and learn to be instructors. And we'll see classes like that at the annual meeting that we have every year and a number of other locations. I think we might be actually doing it here at Great American, but I'm not sure. I'd have to look back at my schedule.
That is really awesome. I actually just started talking to some of the people over at Diva Wow, which is a female shooters organization, and they've actually started working with NRA Women to bring in female instructors. So that is really awesome. Next up, can we talk a little bit about your Refuse to Be a Victim program?
Sure. Refuse to Be a Victim, it's not necessarily just for women. It's actually for anybody and everybody that goes outside or that has contact in some way with the outside. It's one of our few non-firearm related classes. This is not to teach you how to shoot, and that's how you'll refuse to be a victim, but it's how to make sure that you're not putting yourself in a situation where you could become a victim. Simple things, common sense things that sometimes just don't come around. The idea of parking under a light while you're at the shopping mall, or walking on the right side of the street, or replacing those 1-inch screws that are holding your door frame up with 6-inch screws. So if the bad guy comes and he wants to break down your door, it's going to be a little bit tougher. We have some of the classes that are modified specifically for the elderly. We have some that are specifically modified for college-age students. And of course, we have some that are for women.
That is great. Is there anything else that we should know about the NRA Women program coming up?
Well, one of the most popular functions that we have at the NRA when it comes to the women's programs is Women on Target. And the official title is the Women on Target Instructional Shooting Clinics, but that's a mouthful, so I just go with Women on Target. And that is specifically for first-time female shooters. And it's an event that's held at the local range. Depending on what their facilities are, you could just be shooting handgun, or you could be shooting everything from handguns, rifles, shotguns, black powder. Some of them have archery. There's one by our headquarters in Northern Virginia where they do a little bit of everything, and they bring out one of these great old guns, the wall gun. And it's as big as a wall, and you basically need a wall to lean up against to balance this baby. It's unbelievable. It stands a little bit over 6 feet tall, and it shoots a .52 caliber ball, a round ball. And they put in the black powder, and they get up there beside it, and you see some of the ladies are crouching in and some of them are back like, no, you have to lean into this one. And they fire that, and there's this flame and this poof of smoke. And afterwards, it's like, wow. And as the gentleman who brings the gun likes to say, goes, yes, it's religious. But once they do that, once they sit down and shoot this big, huge, intimidating-looking gun that throws off this huge bang and a cloud of smoke and the fire, and like, wow, that was actually fun. And then when they move on and they're shooting some of the other rifles, or they get to the pistols, or then transfer out to the shotgun bays, they just shot a wall gun. What's the big deal about a 12 gauge? That's easy. I could do that.
I think I want to try that sometime. I think I definitely want to try that sometime. Well, folks, the Bullet Talk Radio is actually a partner with NRA Women, so there are links up on the website for NRA Women. And if you do want to get started shooting and you are looking for an instructor, where's the best place to go?
Looking for an instructor on anything from the NRA, you go to nrainstructors.org. And through there, you'll put in your zip code and click on what classes it is that you're looking for, anything from basic rifle to defense in the home to the Refuse to Be a Victim or Women on Target classes. And then you click, boom, and it'll pop up a list of who's teaching those classes nearby and when, and let you take it from there.
That is fantastic. Thank you so much for your time, Lars.
It was great. Thanks for having me.
Crystal O'Connor here at Great American Outdoor Show, and I'm standing at the Eddie Eagle Gun Safe Program booth, and I am speaking with Eric Lipp. He is the National Manager, Community Outreach Department. He gave me his business card because that was a mouthful, but how are you today, Eric?
We're very good. How are you today?
I am peachy. So I have a 3-year-old at home. And I do talk in my political work to a lot of other parents, and through the show it is focused on women. So there's a lot of mom listeners, and they all have children. And Eddie Eagle is a program that it seems like there's a lot of people who know about it, but a lot of people who don't know about it. So can we start with kind of a bird's eye view of what Eddie Eagle is?
Yes, the Eddie Eagle program is a real simple program for young children. Ages pre-K through third grade is our specialty, and it's a simple firearm accident prevention program. Everything centers on one easy message. If you see a gun, stop, don't touch, leave the area, tell an adult. We don't get into whether guns are goods or bad or how to shoot or anything along those lines, but strictly a very safety-minded program.
That is fantastic. So how do you get that message across to children? Where can this program be found? Is it given to educators? Is it given to parents?
All the above. We work a lot with law enforcement in schools to teach them in their own communities. We have a lot of grant funding that provides funding to get our workbooks, the DVD, stickers, coins out for the kids and the teachers to use in class. However, we do cater for parents as well. Everything is available online. You can order through our website, and instructor's guides for parents to use, workbooks for the kids, stickers, coins, and all the information is online for that.
Now, I personally feel the program has been fairly successful. It's been around for a little while, but what's your opinion on the success of the program so far?
We've been around for over 25 years now, so if that says anything, we've been around for a while, and we've done a lot of things. We reach almost 1 million kids a year with our message, and we know from everything from parents of those kids that have found a firearm and done what to do, all the way to the many law enforcement and school that we work with that continually request our program to use because they think it works as well.
So talk to me about parents who have small children in the home, like myself, and the importance of safes and some of the different kinds of even small safes. One could keep in a dresser, for example, to keep little fingers out of the trigger.
Correct. The Eddie Eagle and NRA's rule in general, first and foremost, it's the parent's responsibility to make sure firearms are secured where they're not available to unauthorized users, especially children. Every home and every parent is probably going to have a different decision on what that means to them, but as long as it's unauthorized users can't get to it, especially children, some people are going to want a safe. Some people that are more personal protection minded might go for the smaller safe that you mentioned. Others might have other plans for how they want to store their firearms. However, it is the most critical point of if you're going to have young kids in your home on a regular, or any time I should say, that you know where they are stored and that they're stored correctly. And
trigger locks, do trigger locks come into play as well?
They certainly can. It's all in a personal strategy. If that's something that a firearm wants to use, like I said, some people might just go with the safe. Other people might go with something else.
So what age does Eddie Eagle, as a program, recommend parents or educators start children on educating them about these steps?
Again, every kid's going to be different. The program was designed by child psychologists and some other professionals, and a good key is usually anytime they show an interest. If they have questions, don't ever hesitate to answer is a big part of it. But again, eventually they're going to see something, TV, the images in today's world, that as soon as that curiosity arises, we kind of suggest that you start the education, and we go from there.
Sounds good. So just one more time for the parents listening in, can we reiterate what those steps are that we're teaching the children?
Absolutely. If a child ever finds a firearm, then you stop, don't touch, leave the area, tell an adult. It's very simple, very repetitive in all of our materials, and that's what we're really focused on.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me, Eric.
Not a problem. Thanks for having me.
This is Crystal O'Connor at the Great American Outdoor Show, and I'm now speaking with Samantha Olson from the NRA. Samantha, what do you do with the NRA?
I am in recreational shooting, so I manage a 3-gun program using 22s and airsoft. I also facilitate a family event here at the Great American Outdoor Show and also at our annual meetings, and also facilitate the NRA Day program, which is a community-based event for the entire family.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it is quite a bit, but I enjoy it. I have a passion for the shooting sports, so it falls perfectly under me. So,
how did you get started working for the NRA?
Well, I'm actually a competitive shooter, and I grew up in Northern Virginia, and it was always a dream of mine since I was a little girl to work at NRA. And here I am today. I've been at NRA for 7 years, and I love it.
That would be a dream job, yes. So you said you were a competitive shooter. What side of competitive shooting?
Shotgun shooting. I shot international trap, and I also went to college for shooting shotgun. I don't shoot as much now that I work at NRA, but now I'm kind of giving back to those that were given to me, all the instructors, everything.
Well, that's really fantastic. Lars just felt that I really needed to speak with you, and it's really great to see a woman in my generation at an NRA show. And can you tell me a little bit about this family event that's behind us?
Okay, this is a family fun zone. It's got activities for everyone in the family to participate in. We have a photo booth where they can dress up in goofy attire. We have a wildlife identification where they kind of take a little test to figure out what hides are to what animal. It's very challenging. They can get deer antlers to wear on their head thanks to Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation. We have women's survival where the women are actually putting survival kits together. We also have laser shot, magnetic fishing, camo face painting, section cup archery, and boat safety and orienteering.
So is there anything in there that we don't have available here?
I don't think so, no. We have a little of everything.
Well, right next to us is the 3-gun experience, which I actually did first thing this morning, and that was an awful lot of fun. Did you give that a try?
Oh, yes. The 3-gun it's a blast, and you can spend all day in there.
You totally could spend all day in there, but it's even just right now I can hear the plink, plink, plink. So others are definitely having fun. Well, Samantha, thank you so much for taking a few minutes out of your time, and I really love that they put together so many family-oriented pieces for moms and parents like me, and it's wonderful to see someone like you working with the NRA.
Well, thank you for interviewing me and having me. I love this. The moms are getting so excited that we have something that they can do with their kids, because most of the time it's hard being a woman, especially in this industry, in this sport, so that we want to have something that they can enjoy with their children.
That is so very true. And if I wasn't walking around with a recorder and a microphone, I would have my 3-year-old here. He would be having an absolute blast. So thanks so much again.
Well, thank you.
I hope you enjoyed those 3 interviews from the Great American Outdoors Show today. That was Sunday. And again, I'm going to be here through the NRA banquet, which happens at the end of the day on Thursday. And I'll be leaving Harrisburg Friday morning. So again, there's going to be more content coming out throughout the week. Not a typical 1 episode a week. So subscribe, iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, follow Facebook, Google+, YouTube, Twitter. It's been a long day, folks. And if you like the stuff, share it, like it, comment, rate. Any kind of comments or feedback or rating you can give. As I always say, that is completely golden, and I love that conversation that we tend to have with each other. I just think it's amazing. You guys are so wonderful. So thank you for listening, and I'll see you next week, but I'll also see you tomorrow and the day after that. So how about I just say